Hello everyone, my name is Taylor Evans and today I'll be giving my presentation on zinc and how much you need, its deficiencies, toxicities, some interesting facts, and some articles about the benefits of zinc and why it's important. So first I'd like to start out by saying, what is zinc, you might ask? It's the 30th element on the periodic table, as you can see right here, is basically what it is. It's a common metal found in things like keys are often made of zinc. Now don't go eating your key, because you would probably get really sick if you did. And so, what is zinc? How is zinc important to the human body and its functions? Well, basically, zinc is very essential in the production of DNA and the DNA synthesis. It's important for the immune system, but it's also very important in the production of many enzymes in the body and coenzymes to help digest foods. Foods such as lipids, proteins such as peanut butter, carbohydrates such as spaghetti, and many other grains and cereals found that are important to our diet. And so that's what basically a general gist of why zinc is important in our body. It has several other functions, but I won't get into specifics right now. And so foods that are high in zinc are foods like these, such as seafoods, lamb, chicken, turkey, pork. Basically all meats are high in zinc. Nuts, seeds, eggs, yogurt, cashews, various other things that are fairly essential in our diet. And so, I guess for the recommended daily intakes really varies by our age, and so the adequate intakes for infants from 0 to 6 months are 2 milligrams per day. For children 7 months to 3 years old are 3 milligrams per day. From 4 to 8 years old, it's 5 milligrams per day. From 9 to 13 years old, it's 8 milligrams per day. From 14 to 18 years old, for males, it's 11 milligrams per day. For females, 9 milligrams. For those who are pregnant, 12 milligrams per day. Now, for those 19 and above, for males, it's 11 milligrams per day. And for females, it's 8 milligrams per day. And for those who are pregnant, it's 11 milligrams per day. I find that a little interesting that as females get older, they need a little bit less zinc, maybe because they reach to a point to where, well, we all reach a point to where we've really stopped developing and come out of adolescence, and so therefore we don't need as much zinc for our development, but for our basic functions. And so I guess what happens when we have a zinc deficiency? Well, basically what happens is symptoms may include diarrhea, skin rashes, suppressed immunity. You'll have trouble fighting off illnesses. If you get a cut or wound, it'll take longer to heal, and you'll get hair loss like this guy right here. Now, might not necessarily be because of zinc deficiency. Could be genetic balding, but could be because he's consistently not getting enough zinc in his diet, so therefore he's starting to lose his hair. And so also in those younger individuals, mainly in third world countries, people who have had zinc deficiency could have delayed sexual maturity and all, so they take longer to develop. And so those are things that could happen when you have zinc deficiency. Also with infants as well. With infants and developing, they may be underdeveloped if they do not get enough zinc while the mother is pregnant. And so basically an article that I feel like from the Huffington Post that really outlines this really well talks about why zinc is very important for pregnancy. So basically here it reads, can't really say it any better. Your body needs zinc for the production, repair, and functioning of DNA, the body's genetic blueprint, and basic building blocks of cells. Zinc should always be an important part of your healthy pregnancy diet and nutrition plans to cope with your baby's rapid cell growth, and it's essential to help support your immune system and heal wounds. There have also been studies that link zinc deficiency to low birth weights and other problems during pregnancy and delivery, so it's important to be aware of zinc in your everyday healthy pregnancy diet. So, if you want a healthy baby, they recommend having higher zinc in your diet. Not too much, but more, so it's likely that your baby will have a higher birth weight and will not be underdeveloped if that is so. And so we know what may happen if we have a zinc deficiency in our system if we don't get the adequate amounts of zinc in our diet on a consistent basis. But what are some of the effects of too much zinc in our system? And this is known as zinc deficiency. Now, some of the symptoms for zinc deficiency are symptoms like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, cramps, and pain. And so symptoms very similar to the flu. Oftentimes people who have a zinc deficiency, which a zinc deficiency is often when someone has more than 225 milligrams of zinc per day, is zinc deficiency often gets mistaken as a flu, as I may have said before. But what it does really is inhibit the absorption of other minerals such as iron and copper. So it really may seem like a copper deficiency, but really what's happening is the zinc is interfering with copper absorption, and so that's what may be happening instead of an actual copper deficiency. So really it takes a lot of zinc to get a toxicity. So unless you eat gratuitous amounts of zinc and meat, then you're probably not going to get a zinc toxicity. So the studies that they did about toxicity were people had to have a zinc pill in order to get zinc toxicity so they could study the effects. So it's really rare. An interesting thing I found out about zinc is that there's a pretty good correlation between zinc and foods high in protein. So oftentimes foods high in protein such as spinach, turkey, beef have a high amount of zinc within it. And so I guess what I learned is from studying this and doing research is that although I knew that this mineral was very essential, I didn't necessarily know why it's essential. It's essential in helping build the structures in our body that help digest foods and help help build the genetic makeup within our systems. And so I guess that's my presentation. Hope you enjoyed and got something out of this, and you all have a good day.